A slot guarantees you a place inside the testing team. There are mainly three types of slots: test case linked slots, exploratory slots, and usability studies slots. Claiming a test case linked slot assigns you one or more test cases along with a guaranteed place in the test cycle, whereas an exploratory slot only allows you to do exploratory testing without any test case. Usability study slots are used in a usability cycle, and they allow you to participate in the test cycle. Remember, slots are limited and claimed on a first-come, first-served basis. Slots often have different requirements, like specific devices, locations, payment methods, etc. Always make sure you meet the slot requirements before claiming it. To access the slots page, first read the cycle overview and then click on the Accept Cycle and Claim a Slot button at the bottom of the cycle overview. Or click on the Slots tab if you have already accepted the cycle invitation. Note, make sure to read carefully and understand the slotting instructions before claiming a slot, and claim a slot only if you meet all the slot requirements. All section on the slot page can be collapsed and expanded. The search field allows you to filter the available slots by description. The slot description contains the information regarding the slot. Clicking on the slot will expand it and show the linked test cases to the slot in the Test Cases section. However, they are not clickable, meaning testers will not be able to review them at this point. If there are more than 5 test cases linked to the slot, you can click on the Show More link to show the rest of the test cases linked to the slot. It will only list the first 5 test cases in the slot. Clicking on Show More will show the next 5 test cases, and so on, until all of the test cases are displayed. The deadline is the time limit for submitting all the test cases in the slot. The test cases number indicates how many test cases are linked to the slot. The payout is the payout sum across all the test cases in the slot. For exploratory slots, the payout is per approved bug reported in the cycle. It will show the per bug caption in the payout column and 0 exploratory in the test case column. The effort time is the total time required to complete all the test cases linked to the slot. Slots remaining indicates how many free slots are available out of the total available claims for the slot. After making sure you meet the slot requirements and can complete the test case on time, you can claim the slot by clicking on the Claim button. Choose the correct environment and click on Claim once again. As you can see, the test case is also assigned as we claimed the test case linked slot. When you claim a slot linked to multiple test cases, you will be assigned all the linked test cases, and the first test case in the slot will open up automatically. We will learn how to execute test cases in the next course. After claiming a slot, the Claimed Slots section will be expanded and will show all your claimed slots. You can also expand the claimed slot by clicking on it. The Start Testing button indicates that you have not made any progress in the linked test cases, so you should start testing and not leave the slot idle. Clicking on it will open the test case or the first test case in case it is linked to multiple test cases to start working on it. The Credentials column will show credentials for the testing account provided to you to use when testing the website or app, and if there are no credentials provided, the field will be empty. When testing, ensure to use only the credentials associated with the slot or test case. Once you have made progress in the linked test case, the Start Testing button will change to Resume, and clicking on the Resume button will open the test case with the highest progress in that slot. And when the linked test cases have been completed and submitted, the button will change to a disabled Done button. You can access the linked test cases in the Test Cases section by clicking on the test case name. A blue colored test case name indicates that the test case is available to work on or has already been submitted. A grayed out test case indicates that it is not available, and you must complete and submit the previous test cases to be able to access it. However, you can click on the name of the test case to see a read-only view of the test case, and you won't be able to execute it until the previous test cases have been executed and submitted. Additionally, the test case section in the slot contains the results and status of linked test cases. For the test case result, New indicates that no progress has been made on the test case. Started indicates that this test case is being worked on and not finished yet. Passed means a submitted test case and all the test case steps have been marked as pass. Failed means a submitted test case and one or more test case steps have been marked as fail. Completed means a submitted test case when there's no option to select pass or fail for all of the test case steps. All steps will have Done button instead, and the test case results for the test case will be completed. To learn more about the status and results, please review the What is a Test Case course. If you want to unclaim a slot for any reason, first unsubmit the test cases linked to the slot if you have already submitted them. Then navigate to the Slots tab. Click on Unclaim and specify the reason for unclaiming the slot. And finally, confirm your selection. In case there is a special situation, please follow up with the TTL or TE in the Cycles chat. Note that unclaiming a slot will also unclaim all the test cases linked to that slot. The Slot Claim Criteria feature allows the testing services team to create slots based on specific criteria found in a tester's profile. This also enables slots to only be seen by testers whose profiles meet that criteria. Testers who receive cycle invitations will only be able to see slots they are eligible to claim based on the information they enter in their tester profile. The most common criteria may include devices, location, languages, payment method, and a specific tester ID, which can be used to reserve a spot for a specific tester or testers. However, any testing environment within your profile could potentially be considered for slot selection. If you do not meet the slot's criteria, based on information entered in your tester profile, then you won't be able to see that slot. However, updating your profile to add new devices, services, etc. may open new slots for you, so make sure you update your tester profile. The Slot Waitlist feature allows testers to join a waitlist for slots that have reached their claim limit. Testers who joined the slot waitlist will be notified via email, a push notification on the uTest mobile app, and a notification will also be displayed in the tester platform when a slot is opened up again to claim. You can join a slot waitlist by clicking on the Join Waitlist button. However, there is a limited number of waitlists a tester can join. Once the limit is reached, the Join Waitlist button will be disabled and grayed out, and a message will be displayed that you have reached the number of allowed waitlists to join while trying to join another waitlist. If you wish to leave a waitlist, you can click on the Leave Waitlist button for the slot you want to leave. There is also a limit in the number of testers per waitlist, and once the waitlist fills, it will no longer be visible to testers except those on the waitlist for that slot. However, if a tester leaves the waitlist, it will become visible for any eligible tester to join the waitlist. It is important to note that only testers who do not have a test case slot are allowed to join a waitlist. If you claimed a test case slot, you will not be able to join a waitlist, and the Join Waitlist button will be disabled. Also, if you joined a slot waitlist and claim a test case slot, you will be removed from all the waitlists you have joined before. Testers with exploratory slots are still eligible to join the slot waitlist, as an exploratory slot is not linked to a test case. When a claim opens up for the slot, testers in the waitlist will have a limited time to claim the slot before it is available to all eligible testers in the cycle. During this time, when the tester in the waitlist returns to uTest, the slot row will be highlighted to emphasize that the slot is available to claim. And when no tester on the waitlist claims the slot during the time period, any other eligible tester on the cycle may claim the slot, including those who were not previously on the waitlist. Please note that joining a slot waitlist is not considered as officially joining the cycle if the cycle is required to claim a slot before joining a cycle. So you would need to claim an exploratory slot to join the cycle if applicable. To learn more, visit utest.com/academy.